Today on July 12th, a grandfather is lying in a hospital bed in critical condition after being thrown 8 feet into the air by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. He did nothing wrong. Let's take a look at what happened.
The date is Friday, the 10th of July, 2026. The place is Bridge Bay Campground, just south of Fishing Bridge in Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. The evening is winding down. Families are cooking on grills. Children are running between tents. A photographer from Bozeman named Mike McLeod is finishing dinner when his wife notices something at the edge of the campground. A bull bison has walked in. To anyone who has spent time in Yellowstone, a bison in a campground is not, by itself, extraordinary. There are around 5,000 of them in the park, the largest wild bison herd in the United States, and they wander wherever the grass and the shade take them, across roads, through geyser basins, and yes, sometimes through the campsites the human beings have set up in their country. Most of the time, they pass through. Most of the time, they ignore you. This one, McLeod would later say, was different from the first moment. He grabbed his camera and started filming from a distance because he could see something in the animal's posture that told him this was not going to be an ordinary encounter. The bull was agitated. He was pacing. He was charging at anything that moved. He charged at a group of children who were taking photos of him with their phones. The children scattered and got clear. He charged at a white pickup truck driving past on the road. They were doing everything the Park Service tells you to do. They were on the road. They were, by McLeod's account and by the park's own standard, at least 100 yards away from the bison. That is the length of a football field. That is 5 times the 25 yards, roughly 75 feet. The National Park Service posts on every sign at every trailhead in Yellowstone as the minimum safe distance from bison. They stopped. Watch enough wildlife long enough, and you learn that a bison in a full charge is one of the most misleading sights in the animal kingdom. He is enormous, humped, shaggy, and he looks slow. He is not. A charging bull bison can hit speeds of 35 miles per hour, which is faster than a horse over a short sprint, and he can turn on a dime. The record for the fastest human being ever measured over 100 meters, Usain Bolt at his absolute peak, translates to about 27.5 miles per hour, and he could not have held that speed for more than a heartbeat. An older man in his 60s, in hiking clothes, on rough ground, with a bison behind him, had almost no chance. The bull caught him. The horn went in near his left hip, shaking his massive head, still agitated, and by McLeod's account, still looking for something else to do. That was the moment McLeod later said he made the decision that probably saved a life. He put his camera down. He started yelling. He ran at the bison, making himself as large and loud as he could, and other bystanders followed him in. Between them, they made enough noise and enough motion to push the bull away from the injured man. The bison eventually turned and left. Yellowstone emergency medical crews arrived and took the man to a hospital. The next morning, his grandson would report that the older man had a broken hip and was in critical condition, still alive, but seriously hurt. What makes this incident stand apart is not the outcome. Bison hurt people in Yellowstone almost every year. What makes it stand apart is that this is the second bison attack in the park in just 15 days. On the 26th of June, a 12-year-old child was injured by a bison near Mud Volcano, north of Fishing Bridge, not far from where McLeod's video was filmed. 2 incidents, 2 victims, one a child, one a grandfather. both in the same handful of miles of country, both in the same handful of weeks. There is a reason for the timing, and the biologists know it well. Every year, from roughly June through September, the North American bison enters what is called the rut, the annual mating season. During the rut, bull bison do not act like the calm, grazing giants tourists watch in the springtime meadows. They fight. They challenge each other. They challenge anything that carries the wrong scent or moves the wrong way. Their testosterone rises, their patience falls, and a bull that has lost a challenge or is looking to establish one walks the country in a state of aggression that turns the whole park for a few months into something more volatile than it looks. Yellowstone's own visitor safety page lays out the warning signs of a bison about to charge: head bobbing, pawing at the ground, bellowing, snorting, raised tail. McLeod's bison, by every measure, was showing every one of them. But this is the part that should stop every viewer cold, because it is the part the park's own signs did not prepare anyone for. He was not one of the tourists you see in the viral videos every summer trying to pet a bison, or take a selfie next to one, or shepherd their toddler up to a 2,000-pound animal for a photograph. He was at a safe distance. He kept it. The rules, in his case, were not enough. McLeod, who has been photographing wildlife for years, said the thing quietly to Cowboy State Daily in the aftermath. He said this incident had changed his idea of what to expect from these animals at this time of year. He had watched bison for a long time, and he had not thought this was possible. There were so many other people around, most of them closer than the man and his grandson, and yet the bull picked those two. By the end of the weekend, the video had spread across the country, and the questions with it. How does a person do everything right and still end up in the air? How does a park with millions of visitors a year and a bison herd that has lived alongside humans for generations produce two serious attacks inside of 3 weeks? And how much of what makes Yellowstone Yellowstone is, when you look closely, actually predictable at all?